All right, cool. So, just a quick intro. You're Harmonunity's co-owner, the second one, grantfore, the producer, music maker, family man, father, good friend, getting a pretty big name in the biz. Over 200,000 views so far. 12 years in. How you feeling?
Uh, Pretty good, man.
That's good. That's good, man. I've noticed you've come out with two albums recently, Sauce World and what was that? Sorry, I've been a little busy lately. Informant is the second one, as
Uh,
far as I know.
so Flaming Lips and Informant were singles from the album. Uh,
Oh,
and I think how many singles did we drop? And I believe we dropped the third, which was something that was uh, post album. So the guys are like they're in behind the scenes just working and trying to like just leave trails of nuggets of joy for people who are fans of our work.
yeah,
Yeah.
right on. Yeah, you're prevailing in the industry for sure. You're moving ahead with a lot. It's crazy to watch you, honestly, from the small amount of schedule I do have on some days. I wish it was better. I'm going to come back into the loop shortly here, but as you can see, I'm pretty busy on my side as well.
I can tell.
Running sales and a YouTube channel and working full time is not easy on my end of things, but we're getting there. We're getting there. I'm going to put more time towards it as soon as I possibly can. I don't think it'll be more than 4 months from now, but it's just like crazy days, man.
I can imagine.
People are pulling me from every direction, but today is about you. And so I have a list of questions that I've written up just to keep this casual and
Cool.
get some information off you and see how you're feeling and what you're looking forward towards and what the plan over the next 5 years is here. Because, I mean, we don't know from day to day, but it's good to have a plan, I believe.
I agree.
So I'll start with this question, I suppose. What is your favorite part about being a musician?
Uh, the ability to, well, especially now, as like far as I've come in, not just my official career, but just as a musician in general. I feel like creating from nothing, just having a crazy melody just hit you while you're driving, and you hope you don't lose it, and turning that into your next potential Grammy, I guess.
Right on. Yeah, I know the feeling for sure. Not so much on the music part, but just an influential idea I get, and then I'll get a phone call, and I'm dealing with things at home, and then I have other places to be at the same time, and I just hope I don't lose track. I
Yeah.
mean, I've created quite the notebook over the last 6 months. I mean, it's staying ahead of the game ain't easy, man. You know, I mean, I find even with some of the marketers that have approached us after we've set up this, is like they're just regurgitating ideas that we've already had.
Yeah.
And I mean, they're in the early days, I got a bit frustrated, I find, just because I'm like, oh, these people are copying me. But it's almost now, it's quite inspiring because if you think about it, that means we're ahead of the business curve. They always, well, not always. I'm sure there's some mighty intelligent people out there, you being one yourself. But I
Yeah.
mean, it seems as though a good amount of them they're trailing behind us, picking up the pieces, and in a way, that's kind of where we want to be in a
Yeah.
business sense. And yeah, so I mean, you can never be perfect, but keeping ahead of it is always just the fresh idea of what comes to my head and can we actually apply it, and if we do apply it, it doesn't have full capacity. So I mean, maybe we applied it in the wrong way, or we could add a few things to it, or give it a different direction totally. That's one of my favorite parts about marketing, honestly. um what made you choose music over other careers?
I always came back to it. Like when I was a kid, like a toddler age, I was drawn to it, and I would fiddle around with the keyboard that we had at home. And then after that, when I went to private school for middle school, we were required to play the recorder. So I played that for 3 years, and it broadened my horizons because I fucking hated it at first, but then I got really good at it, and eventually I was thinking about switching to a more technical wind instrument, but instead I decided I wanted to honor my grandfather and pick up the guitar. So that's what
Mm,
happened there. So that's where that happened around high school age, and that's also around the time where I started writing. So my rhymes came around the same time I picked up the guitar.
mm. Yeah, the guitar is a beautiful instrument, man. I still haven't got anywhere close to being as good as I'd like to be. That's just another thing on my list is taking lessons, but there's not enough time in a day for sure. But no, I just you almost made me laugh when you were talking about the recorder because I just remember elementary school, just a loud classroom full of kids just with that same instrument
Oh
just
man.
blaring. It was noise pollution for sure,
Yeah,
but we were
man.
trying.
We sounded crappy when we first started. Man, we were terrible.
Yeah, it made me put music to the side in general for a long time. That instrument, I was just like, man, it just sounds so bad, you know.
Oh,
But
no.
you gotta start from somewhere for sure, for sure. Um, what is a hurdle it was hard for you to overcome?
Uh, Taking this seriously,
Mm,
wanting to like live, eat, and breathe this on a daily basis. That desire didn't come till I want to say my mid 20s, where I was like, you know what? This feels right. Heading in the musical direction feels right. Now I just need to find my place. And that's why I've like come to experiment so much.
Would you say it had maybe a little bit to do with imposter syndrome?
Maybe a little bit. It
Yeah.
was also it was ingrained in me that the artist's lifestyle is fleeting. There's no security in it. And I was led to believe that by not just my own mother, but a lot of my professors who were just like, "Oh, you have a good head on your shoulders. Pursue math, pursue science. They just use your brain. Don't worry about the arts." So I mean, and I think that's why I ended up dropping out of college. I was really heavy into playing the guitar around that time, and that's when I
Mm,
was like, "Fuck it, let me join a band and see what I can do." And that led to me doing my solo thing by 24.
fair enough. That's a good answer, honestly. I mean, there's a lot of influence in society in general since I was young, even you see it a lot actually, is go to college, get a real job, do what you need to do, you know? It's my aunt and my cousin actually told me one time that they didn't think my father had a real job at one point, and that was because he ran his own construction business renovating people's houses.
Yeah,
So now, mind you, they're very beautiful people. They're fantastic. You know, it's just the mindset that's taught growing up through the generations. You
yeah,
know, even I was doing storage lockers in Ontario, buying and selling collectibles and household goods on top of working full time, and people thought I was crazy.
yeah,
You know, and it's well, I seen what was coming with COVID and different things, and the economy wasn't doing so well, and people were warning me every single day. You know, like, oh, one day the regular job's not going to be enough. It's not going to be enough. And it's like me as a pretty inspired person, I kept taking that to heart. The more, if three people tell you the same thing, it should be true. You know, these people had no contact with each other, but they were all relatively saying the same thing. Pardon me. And I was working as an iron. Pardon me. I was working as an iron worker full time, but even I started to get the sneaking suspicion like I obviously needed more.
yeah,
And I mean, working a 9 to 5 job too for me was never how I viewed my entire existence. Like
Exactly.
I've known I've known certain people that like just work their 9 to 5 job, go home, watch the same TV show, drink the same type of beer, go to sleep, and do it all over again the next day. That thought terrified me.
Yeah.
Like that 40 years of your existence and then what? It's over, right? So for me, that was pretty scary. I didn't want that. But just like you, in a different nature, I had to chart a course where that wasn't going to be my existence. That wasn't going to be how I lived. And because a lot of people are doing that, I didn't have a lot of guidance, let's say, in the things that I was trying to achieve. I mean, I've stated this in one of my YouTube videos already, is like even the auctioneers that I was selling my items through, I was asking different questions about like storage lockers themselves and like different types of inventory. And an answer I would run into sometimes is like, listen, man, I'm just an auctioneer. It's like because they decided to do something with their lives that was what they dedicated themselves to, and they stayed in that lane per se, you
Yeah.
know? Yeah, man, it's kind of crazy if you think about it. I mean, one of the things I think I've said this to you on the phone before, but one of the things that inspired me about high achieving people is like John Travolta. Not only is he a world class actor, but he's also an opera singer and he's a pilot. My
Okay.
buddy Mitch, yeah, my buddy Mitch, when we were building the bridge, he's an iron worker. He had like 5 different certificates and different things, and he's a pilot, and he's also trying to do different things with his life. And he was like 23 years old. I was like, man, if you keep going down this path, you're going to have life by the balls, and it's not going to take long at all. You literally have the entire world laid out in front of you.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm trying to base the YouTube channel on, just because like there's a lot of people who are focused on finance and doing different things, and it's like I wanted to focus my channel while politics and what have you, it's just lots and lots of the same information regurgitated. I don't know about other people's algorithms, let's say, but mine seems to be based off of a lot of the same things. And it's like, I just wanted to be different, It's like you can be business savvy, you can reach for the things you want in life. It's not impossible,
Exactly.
it's the things we tell ourselves. Um, Next question, I suppose. What would you like to see out of your career moving ahead?
Um, Me getting, well, starting to have more fun because it's getting to
Mm,
that point where it's just like writing used to be kind of like it wasn't a tedious task, but it was a fucking task, you know? So it was just like I'd have to dedicate about an hour of my time to like make sure that I had a solid verse or two for this song, and then I get spend the rest of the time editing. And my thing is just like I want to start having a lot of fun, and in the fun realm, start creating a lot of footage, which whether it be behind the scenes footage or just music videos for solid songs on my albums or something like that. I want to really, really break into that space and start getting my face out there more, as well as the excitement behind my releases because people can now expect visuals. That I need that. I feel like I need that right now. So
mm,
that's definitely where I'm going to be heading in the next year or so. I'm going to get really good at taking footage of myself with my very handy camera and polish myself up as best as possible, and then hopefully I'll attract people who want to shoot my videos, you know? Like it's I'll work my way there, you know?
for sure, for sure. Yeah, I thought of that myself about 6 months ago. I mean, it's crazy. When I got a hold of you and I lived in Ontario, man, I don't know if you've seen those first 3 videos I tried to do, but I couldn't stop shaking. Like I don't know what it was. My
You
word,
yeah, you were just a little nervous.
yeah, like I was terrified for no reason. And I mean, even me as a creator, this is how far I've come, and
Mhm.
it's just, I refused to give up. I kept, like you, I kept coming back to it, kept coming back to it. And I was like, regardless of what people may think or say, like, I have to nail this down. It's part of our business. It's going to excel us. It's going to help with marketing, promotion. I mean, for artists and creators in general, I mean, the closer you can get to your audience, the better. Like if they start to understand you as a human being and start to thoroughly figure out who you are as a human being, I believe at the end of the day, that's what creates connections. And that's what's helped me along the path in what I've chosen to do on the side of us running a music label and having sales and other things, because I just feel like with every relationship in my life, the more they knew about me, the better. Because you'd get into an issue, someone would say you said something and this and that and the other. And if they don't know you properly, there's always the questions lingering in the background.
Yeah.
Like, why would he say that? Why would he do that? Well, I've had many friendships that have lasted more than 30 years now. And that's quite simply because they know everything about me.
Yep.
Someone will bring something to my brother CJ, and I call him my brother because we've grown up with each other since elementary. I mean, I don't really have any brothers, but there's like 8 of us that grew up together. And you could bring him anything that I said, and he'd probably just laugh. He'd be like, "Yeah, well, out of context, yeah, of course that seems bad, but I'm almost positive he didn't mean it that way." So, I mean, with our customers and, well, forgive me, not yeah, I could say that because I do sales. With the customers at my sales and our fan base and different things, I feel as though the more they know about us, the better. And if they want to walk away afterwards, it was probably bound to happen eventually anyhow. You know, people don't click. It's like even within business, you sit down at a table and they've got their set of things that they want out of the deal, and you've got yours. If you just can't come to an agreement, there's no reason why you don't have to not like each other. It's just you couldn't come to a deal, right?
Yeah.
Sorry. Life moves on. What are some of the best lessons you feel as though business has taught you in general?
Uh Integrity is key, man. Like when it comes to, if something doesn't feel right and even the monetary situation doesn't make the situation right, then just kind of follow your gut. Uh
Mm,
the 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 money is almost fleeting. I've had great months, I've had terrible months. So I don't bank on my, like, beat income. Like, I don't bank on it, but it's always nice when I do get paid.
mm,
And so in the integrity aspect is basically just, at some point you're going to get tempted, whether it's in a good or a bad way. And just remember what energy got you here, I guess. Like, if you were depending on some good energy to get you pushed forward into the industry, then don't cling to the negative energy once like presents itself and is very sexy. Like,
mm.
it's gonna be sexy. Just remember
Yeah,
why you're here, kind of deal. Let's just try to remember, at least.
yeah, that's absolutely important. Every day is different, and they're always going to be pushing things on you. I believe that's important too. Right on, man. That's a good lesson. Do you feel like sales and other things have benefit you in business, or is it somewhat of a drawback to your concentration?
Honestly, I feel like when you're in the field and you've actually done sales, whether it's face to face, door to door, on the phone, You you create opportunities versus hearing the no's sometimes, you know? Like, you just you have to navigate certain situations and learn how to build rapport. That's another thing that's like 100% like gonna get you in the door. If you start building rapport from the second you meet that stranger, they're gonna let their guard down eventually. You're gonna hit something. If you pay attention, you're gonna hit something and they're gonna let their guard down, and then you can do your pitch, whether they buy it or not. The opportunity is what you're looking for.
Now, how would you say that plays into long-lasting relationships
In the industry or just in general?
in general or in the industry?
Okay, well, I guess once you start holding yourself accountable for your output and others start seeing you in the manner that you see yourself, uh it it becomes a beneficial, like, camaraderie sometimes. uh you don't necessarily always have to work with this person, but just having that mutual who can help you, like, be like, oh shit, this track is dope, good shit, man. Just that little, like, vote of confidence can take you so far in this lonely ass road, because it's very lonely. So I feel like once you hit that hurdle of feeling alone all the fucking time, because it's gonna happen, uh just it's not about clinging to the camaraderie, but it's about appreciating it, because it's not always gonna come from someone you want it to come from.
Mm,
It'll come from a stranger who you think is weird because they're always fighting with somebody else, but when it comes to you, they're not fighting. They just say, "Hey, this shit's cool. Thanks." It's really
mhm.
fucking weird, especially on Twitter. I don't know. I know you've been on Twitter, so Twitter gets really really weird. Uh, but yeah, I feel like for the most part, people who approach you and want to tell you you're doing the right thing or you're doing the good job, I don't think those kind of compliments come from a bad place.
True. That's
I don't
someone
think
taking
somebody
it.
I don't think your hater is gonna take the time to be like, "Bro, you're getting good." I don't think your hater's gonna really
Yeah,
care unless he became a fan and then gained your respect, you know?
yeah,
But
for
for the
sure.
most part, if they're hating on you, they're not gonna give you a compliment.
No, yeah. It's odd too because I find that with a couple of those people that I've actually asked about it and different things, once I got them to be open enough with me as another person, you usually just find out they're not striving for a lot of things in their life per se, and because of that, I don't think it comes from a place of animosity. I just think it comes from a place of irregularity, you know, quite simply because what you're doing is so unrecognizable to them that it perturbs them. Like because they don't understand and
He's like, "You're
confusion
they're
is
thinking you're being weird." Yeah, I get it.
yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Con- yeah, confusion is one of the fastest ways to emit anger. Like we had a yard sale the other day at our house. It was Father's Day on Sunday. Well, yesterday
Yes,
actually.
sir.
We only we only whipped it out for like 5 hours, but we made like $100 and something as soon as we opened, pretty much. And then one of the neighbors was mowing his lawn, and he's like, "What's going on with these neighbors?" And it was just, yeah, I know, but and I could tell my lady got a little bit deflated, but to me it was quite intriguing. And it was intriguing to me because he was already frustrated. I could hear him being mad about other things in the house. Like he was loud enough where the
Gotcha,
neighbors could hear it.
gotcha.
And then that was a comment he had for us when he came outside. Now, that kind of proved some things to me in a small period of time. Is it's like, not only do I not think he was necessarily mad at us as people, but I also think he was just frustrated with the world, but more so it was about we were doing something that was so foreign to him that it emitted a response on top of him already being frustrated at other things, you know,
Yeah.
because it's something so far out of his realm. Like he's used to mowing his lawn and living his life, like we had mentioned earlier about other people. You know, look, do my 9 to 5, and I'm just going to mow my lawn, and then I'm going to go drink my beer and watch my TV show. But we're out there doing different things that he doesn't recognize, and he's frustrated. Therefore, there comes a comment,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, I mentioned this on my channel already. Is like you might as well do what you want in life because it's the bike experiment, right? If you don't know how to ride a bike in 2025, people are going to make fun of you. But if you do know how to ride a bike and you're riding a bike in 2025, people are going to make fun of you driving by in their cars. You know what I mean? So whether you do or you don't, right? You're gonna get it. So you might as well do what you want to do out of
Yup.
life.
Yup. 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 Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
For sure, man.
It's so true though.
Well, yeah, I know. And that's like misery loves company, dude. People are gonna give it to you.
Yeah, man. That's so sad to see people like fall out. It's just it's unfortunate.
And there's so many reasons for it, dude. Like people tell themselves all sorts of things. It's incredible to me. I'm too fat. I'm too short. I'm too old. I can't learn new things. Like there's hundreds and hundreds of reasons for it. It just doesn't make any sense to me. You know, like people are going to put you down, man. You know,
Yeah.
you got to get out of bed every day and lift yourself up. You know, as you said, it's a lonely road. Well, sales is somewhat the same. People don't know what it is I'm striving for. Like even at some points, my own parents didn't understand. But do you let that stop you? You know, that's where it came from for me. Of course, they can't see my vision. And even with you, of course, they can't see your vision. They're not you.
Yeah.
They would have to literally be you to know what you're thinking and why you've done the things you've done, you know, and that just falls back into the guy that's mad about us having a yard sale. You know, he doesn't get it. Well, I unfortunately I don't have 10 years to explain it to him.
Yeah.
And
True.
after that 10 years, you're blue in the face and exhausted, and he still doesn't get it. You know, because people understand at their own level of perception, right? So my advice to anybody who's watching this video, man, is just do what you're gonna do and live your best life. I mean, we see small things going on all over the place every single day now, and you never know what's gonna happen tomorrow. So I've I've always been the person to reach through the brawl for the last case of beer. You know, that's just who I am. Wow, these guys are all punching each other in the head, and I don't really know any of them. And I don't know why people are mad, but I certainly want to continue partying. So if I could just, maybe a little bit underneath them, I can see the beer. I can see it. you know, that that's who I am as a human being, and I don't know. It'll probably never die,
That's
and
a good
that's
it's a great trait, bro, cuz I've had to learn how to be risk averse. It wasn't natural for me. I used to just I'd jump in front of the bullet type shit. I was a nutball when I was a kid. But now it's more like, all right, what am I willing what am I going to allow my kids to see just in case something does happen in public? And it's just like I don't want my kids to see that side of me. I really don't. So I definitely learned how to like just not be as confrontational as I can be, or at least try to like hear someone out and see how frustrated they might be or how much they're trying to put on a show. Because I've learned how to read people a lot lately. Well, throughout the years, with all the problems that I've gotten into. But most of the time, you can literally just apologize and just fucking walk away. The majority of the time, people don't really want to throw hands. And
mhm.
uh, that's a good thing because it's unnecessary for it to get that barbaric. Uh, Now, in cases of disrespect or someone's violated someone, that's a different story. But for the most part, if you're just driving down the street and somebody like accidentally cuts you off or something, don't fucking get into a fit of rage. It's not necessary. It's like people make mistakes. You are human. When you fuck up on the road, you don't want somebody to like honk and follow you and give you gripe for it. Like just try to like, I don't know, put yourself in other people's shoes faster than after you already blurt out your ridiculous like anger, like bullshit. I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
learning to like really take a deep breath and like just being like, all right, this isn't that serious. It just isn't.
Yeah, that actually creates another question for me.
Go for it.
What what has honking ever got you?
Honking. Honking. It got me
What?
flashed one time.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's never happened to me. That's for sure.
but
That's crazy.
but yeah, I mean, honestly, like whenever I've honked at somebody, they get out of sorts and get pissed off about it. So I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
it's never solved
One.
anything.
It's so fleeting too.
Yeah,
It's like 1 second. 1 second, you're like, yeah, I was right, and then all of a sudden, it's just all of a sudden you're like, I'm still angry. It's so fleeting. I try not to, but I mean, I'm only human,
yeah,
sometimes.
for real, for real.
Yeah, man. How long can you sit at a green light before you drive? Like, there's got to be consequences. Of course, not provided by me, but some guys, like, I don't care if you're on your phone or whatever else, man, but some guys have waited until it almost turned red again. I'm
Right,
like, what in the actual.
dog. Oh my gosh. Some of these people, and I have to remember, it's like every year there's a fucking new bunch of drivers getting thrown into the fucking void. So every year we're dealing with just yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, man. Well, I wanted to personally thank you. You're a great business partner and a very honored friend of mine. You work very hard, and I truly appreciate you, man.
Hey,
You mean
likewise.
you mean
I know you've been behind the scenes taking care of business, but you always make your presence known, and I am doing my best as torchbearer to light the way for Harmonunity right now.
and I truly can't thank you enough. I mean, I've seen how hard you've been working and everything you've been pulling off, and how many different connections you've made, and all the beautiful, amazing albums. For the people watching this video, you should check out his new albums, man. Still Got Issues is incredible. Honestly, I've listened to
Thank
it
you
over and over again myself,
so much.
and the amount of artists that he's pulled in to collaborate on these albums and these different singles and stuff is just incredible. Like, don't pass him up. He deserves every moment of your time. So thank you for your time, man. I know you're a busy man, and I really appreciate it. And I won't keep you any longer, but I'll probably give you a call in the next week here, and we'll figure some other stuff out. I'm gonna keep moving ahead with this channel, and I'm gonna be doing interviews from here on out on top of content of my own. And
All right.
I just want to get a perspective from people in different industries, because the jobs market and things have fallen down, and you hear a lot of bad news about different jobs. And I'd just like to put
Yeah.
a different light on it. So once again, truly, man, thanks for your time. Thanks for your help. And you mean a lot to me, man. Keep killing it.
Likewise, brother.
All right. We can cut the recording.
All right.